He was supposed to be the next Robbie Keane, an Irish kid destined to take over the Premier League, but instead of rising, he was benched, loaned out and ignored for 5 long years. Everyone thought his career was over, but in 1 year, everything would change. He would finally become a legend for his club and for his country. And that player's name is the Irish footballer Troy Parrott, who was born and raised in the streets of Dublin. Unlike most Irish kids who fall in love with GAA, Troy found a passion for football from a young age.
When did you, I suppose, start feeling the love for football and thinking that was the thing for you?
I was young, I think 6 or 7, as long as I can remember, I think 6 or 7, my mum was always bringing me down to, I started Sheriff Street and then Stella Maris and then Belvedere. When I got to around 11, 12, that's when I really thought that this is what I want to do for a living. For me, it was I also had a good family around that always pushed me to keep on training, and maybe sometimes when I wanted to be out with my mates running around, they were always telling me you have to go training, you have to go, and my mum was always bringing me. So yeah, I think from a very young age I knew exactly what I wanted to do.
It was clear from an early age, Parrott didn't just want to play football, he wanted to go professional. And to do that, he would need to get signed to a professional football team's academy. Throughout his early teenage years, he continued to play football with teams in Dublin until he finally got noticed. Scouts quickly realised his hard work ethic, shooting ability and overall technical skill. Now all these things led to him being signed to Tottenham Hotspur's academy, one of the biggest clubs in England. Moving to a brand new country was a big change for a young Troy, but once he finally adapted, he started playing great. Not only did he become a vital role in the youth academy teams, he continued to improve and also remained humble. Everyone was so impressed with his ability and skill that they even started saying he could be the next Robbie Keane or even Harry Kane, who also came up through the Tottenham Youth Academy.
You have to be careful there with the Troy Parrott. I think all of us here have to be a little bit and not pigeonhole him. He's going to be the next me and stuff like that. He's him. He's Troy Parrott.
All of this talk over Troy Parrott eventually led to Tottenham's manager at the time and one of the best managers to ever exist in football, Jose Mourinho, decided that it was time to bring Troy Parrott up to the senior team. And joining the senior team would be a big step up for his career. But unfortunately, things went terribly wrong. The reason why Troy Parrott's senior start did not go so well was because of Jose Mourinho. See, ever since Jose Mourinho brought Troy into the senior trainings, he began to not like the attitude that Troy showed towards the younger players. Also, after Troy's first 2 matches for the senior team, Jose made a statement that people were not too happy about.
Kind of 20-25 minutes, he was on the pitch, he was dissecting his performance. Yeah, I find that very strange. It's almost if he'd made his mind very quickly on Troy, because I remember reading the comment, he was only in the door not even a month, and he was basically, he'd made the decision, look, Troy Parrott's not going to be involved, forget about this kid coming in, he's not ready, he's not going to be in the immediate plans. And if I was Troy, like, I would have found that hard to deal with. That was a really kind of deflating comment to hear from your new manager coming in, you're desperate to impress, you've been on the periphery of the squad under Pochettino, a lot of good things been said about you, and all of a sudden the new manager comes in and says, no, not in the immediate future, you're not me.
The poor relationships with Jose Mourinho were not going to only be Troy's problems at Tottenham. He would also continue to struggle with game time, and that would begin to slow Troy's growth as a player massively. But there was one way that Troy could continue improving as a player, and that was playing for his home country, Ireland. Troy's Ireland career didn't start like a fairy tale. He didn't get a debut goal, but there was signs of him being a promising player.
Has he got ability? Absolutely. I speak to Pochettino all the time. He loves him. Jesus, the assistant manager, loves him. He definitely has potential.
And not only did he show moments of great skill, but he also made it clear how much he loved playing for his country.
The Carlsberg player of the match, 2 goals in first international senior goals. How does this feel?
I'm over the moon, to be fair. Even putting on this jersey is something in itself. Not many people get to do it, and I'm honoured, really.
Troy would continue getting played for the Ireland team here and there, but something would keep happening that would decrease the amount of game time he got for Ireland. See, what started going wrong for Troy Parrott is because Tottenham were no longer happy with him, and also Troy wanted more game time, he started being loaned out to many different teams, and unfortunately he didn't see the success that he was hoping to see.
When it really gets serious, when it's like a forced team environment where you're playing for points every week and stuff like that. So I think for me that was like one of the biggest reasons why I tried to push to go on loan so early as well. It's just because I'd been around training in that environment every day but not really playing. So I was training but not having something to look forward to on the weekend, because I kind of had in my mind that I wasn't going to play too much anyway. So just to get out and get that experience of actually playing for something was a big reason.
Even though he may have been developing as a player and a person, the Ireland national team didn't care. Because he wasn't being played on a bigger team anymore, getting in that good quality practice and in-game experience against the best players, he was no longer their top man to be chosen for international games. Troy Parrott had unfortunately lost that spark of being the new kid on the block, and there was now multiple Irish strikers that were showing potential and were trying to become that number one striker for Ireland, such as players like Adam Ida and the biggest one, Evan Ferguson. Even though Ireland did have many up-and-coming good players, in the past 5 years, the Ireland national team has never seen as much failure as it has in history. They were losing to inferior international teams and rarely ever qualifying for any of the big tournaments, and it had been since 2002 that Ireland even got close to going anywhere in the World Cup. But luckily for Ireland, there was a change coming that would benefit them in the future. Troy Parrott had enough of playing in English football teams and he wanted to try something new. So he went out on loan to a Dutch club called Excelsior, and for the first season it was his best season in a while and he actually reached double digits. He also began enjoying his time in the new country.
I didn't actually notice too much. The biggest thing that I noticed was when I was in England, I used to pay a lot more attention to what people were saying and stuff like that. So I think when I came here, I just left it all. I left it all in England and in Ireland, and I just put my head down and tried to enjoy football. I think that was the main thing.
But what would really change Troy Parrott's life and the future of the Ireland's national team is when he moved to the team AZ Alkmaar, one of the better Dutch teams in the Eredivisie League.
You're mentioning that it was the step that you wanted to take for your own career. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, I'm on my own journey. I started in Ireland back home, and then I moved to England when I was quite young. And then last year I moved abroad for the first time to a foreign country, and I really enjoyed it. Before I moved, I didn't know what to expect, but when I got there, I loved it. So for me, coming back here now was a lot easier and a decision that I was happy with. So I'm happy to be here, and I want to do some good things with this club. Hopefully score a lot of goals, and who knows what the future holds.
Troy went on to have a great season and become a completely new player.
Player of the month, December, 3 goals scored and so much more. Do you like it? It's the first one, right?
Yeah, it's the first one. It's really nice, but I think for me, I want to try to add more to this one.
And he had officially permanently signed to the team for €7 million. So he was no longer stuck to Tottenham, the team that truly never gave him a great chance. Even though Troy was at the peak of his form and he was dominating in the Dutch league, he still wasn't seen as Ireland's number one. Ireland's manager Heimer Hallgrimsson was still choosing Evan Ferguson and Adam Ida over Troy Parrott. But something would happen to one of those players that would give Troy Parrott the chance for him to show his country what he can actually do.
Concerns, any updates? Is Evan Ferguson joining the squad?
Everyone is fit, apart from him. We called him yesterday, or he did a session yesterday. He hasn't kicked the ball still. Talked to him. He feels that he would not be able to contribute much. And I give a big up to him, thinking about the team first. Obviously every player would like to come, especially after the game in Dublin, and join, but he thinks he will not contribute enough to be in the squad, so we leave him out, and he just continues with Roma, his rehabilitation.
But going into the World Cup qualifiers, Ireland were not looking like a team that was going to qualify through. And one of the most embarrassing moments for Irish football was the embarrassing defeat to Armenia, a team that is ranked significantly lower than Ireland on the international football list. All the fans and supporters had lost hope in this Irish national team. There was glimpses of hope from players, but it just never seemed to be enough. And Ireland relied too heavily on one man, Caoimhin Kelleher, Ireland's star goalkeeper. After many terrible games in the World Cup qualifiers, Ireland had only 2 games left, Portugal and Hungary, and they needed to win both games. When Helgrimsson decided to finally start Parrott for the last 2 games, people were shocked, but it was the best risk Helgrimsson has ever took.
My favourite goals to score in front of the crowd at the Aviva is something you can't really explain. It's a special feeling. So
going into the match, Ireland were severe underdogs. Portugal, being the opponent, were ranked 5th place in the entire world. Meanwhile, Ireland are 63rd. And the Irish manager knew how difficult this game would be. So not only did he change Parrott, but he also used different tactics and players than usual. The crazy thing is, it worked. Portugal were getting lots of attacks on Ireland, but the defense was like nothing I've ever seen before. Ireland were throwing their bodies in front of the ball. They did whatever they could to not let a ball get past them. And when it comes to the attack, there's only one name that needs to be said: Parrott.
Around the back. Parrott! Early days, but Ireland in front. Parrott on the double! And talk about the cat amongst the pitches. This is dreamland for Ireland. We were hoping they might see it through to half-time 1-0.
Ireland had surprised Portugal so much that even Ronaldo got his first ever international red card.
Victory, a group where Ireland have been chaotically unpredictable, but in the best possible way tonight. The World Cup dream alive.
After one of the best games in Irish football history, Parrott was interviewed, and we got to see how much it really meant to him.
I think it's probably the best night that I've ever had in my whole life. So it's yeah, I have no words to describe it.
Well, yesterday we talked about the difference between starting and coming on as a sub, and you said you prefer to start as a different mindset. You started like a train tonight.
Yeah, look, we all know how important this game was for us, especially given the other result that we've seen tonight as well. So, look, I'm just overwhelmed. I don't know what words to give now. I'm over the moon.
You were ready for them tonight. You wanted to take them on.
Well, I told you yesterday. I feel great. I feel ready. And as I said, look, this is probably the best night that I've ever had in my whole life. So it's it's such a relief and overwhelming feeling to see the hard work paying off.
Well, congratulations to you and the team. Let's bring it on to Budapest.
For sure. We'll be ready.
And what would happen in Budapest against Hungary would be one of the craziest games in Irish and World Cup history. And unfortunately, it started terribly for Ireland.
Ireland have conceded inside 3 minutes. They couldn't get out of there. And it's an awful start for Ireland and a brilliant start for the home team.
Many people complained that this goal was offside, but it didn't matter as it went down the other end to get a penalty and was left to Parrott to bring it back.
Parrott taking an awful long time. Finally we're ready. Which way? Parrott scores, it's 1-1. Troy Parrott with his third goal in 2 games.
Ireland couldn't play passive, they still needed another goal, but that led to Hungary scoring an absolute worldie.
Varga allowed to bring the ball down. Oh, what a fantastic goal! That is brilliant. Hungary lead again.
And as expected, 40 minutes later, Troy Parrott scored again.
Azaz, some Irish pressure. Troy Parrott, they could be in here. Is that 2-2? The flag stays down. It's 2-2. The inspiration has come from Troy Parrott. 2 goals again. And now let's see what this Hungary team are made of.
And then, at the last second of the game, a moment you will probably never see ever again.
It's all on this from Creevy Kelleher. Scales is up after it. Scales wins the header. The chance. There's the goal. That's Troy Parrott. That is unbelievable. He scored a hat-trick. And right at the death, Ireland have done it. I've never seen anything like it. Absolutely remarkable. Right at the end, Hungary had been caught. They were hanging on. It seemed like for the whole night. Certainly when it went 2-2. This is just stunning. 3-2. The time is up. The referee has to finish the game. I've no voice left.
The thing is, it wasn't over.
Sly again. He gets away from Eden. Sly delivers the ball in. Creevy Kelleher catches it. Kelleher's got it. The referee has to blow it up now.
Come on.
He has to finish it now.
Hit the channel.
They've been playing catch-up all night. There it is. It's over. It's over. And Budapest, the Puskas Arena, joins the likes of Stuttgart, Giant Stadium, Vienna, remember the win over Austria, Vienna. And Thursday night really matters now, from an Irish point of view, the win over Portugal. They've won the last 2 games in the group. After Yerevan, they were down and out, the manager seemed to be gone, it seemed to be all over. But look at these scenes, look at those celebrations, and you know what this means to Seamus Coleman and the Irish fans who made the journey out to Hungary. Because Budapest tonight belongs to Troy Parrott and Ireland. Playoffs here we come.
Absolutely incredible. The scenes on the pitch are just what you want.
Ireland had done it, and every Irish person watching couldn't believe it. Everyone was on another level of happy, but how did the man who saved everything feel?
You said Thursday was the best night of your life. You've just topped that.
Yeah, I'm really, really emotional right now. Sorry. The tears of joy. What a night. What a night.
It was made for you.
Look, Tony, I love where I'm from. So this means the world to me. My family's here.
I saw you go over to them. It's a beautiful moment.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the first time I've cried in years as well. I really, really can't believe it.
I'm sure you know your mum was on the radio during the week. She's a new star.
Yeah, she's really proud of me also.
And what about your teammates? I mean, the belief in the team to keep plugging away, keep going for it. 5 minutes at it.
Yeah, look, everyone's crying. I said against Portugal that this is what dreams are made of, but this tonight is, yeah, I don't think I'll ever have a better night in my whole life. Look, I think everyone wrote us off at the start of the group, and I couldn't have said it enough, that there's always a chance, and we've taken a chance. I think everyone should be proud of the group of players that are over there. To go down in the game twice and then to come back like that is, yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, it was marvellous.